Hello everyone! Tonight we're going to step into a story that blends romance with horror. A place in Hong Kong where love once bloomed under soft emerald light, but is now remembered as a tunnel of fear. By day, couples stroll hand in hand, promising each other forever. But when night falls, the same tunnel turns, suffocating, like it's watching you, swallowing every sound. And more than 2 decades ago, under those very green arches, a crime unfolded so disturbing. The city still whispers about it today. The green tunnel sits quietly, its arched frame wrapped in layers of reflective metal sheets, each one catching the light like scales of a giant sleeping dragon. When the sun is high and golden rays stream through, the entire passage glows with an almost otherworldly emerald radiance. The leaves outside bounce their colors onto the walls, creating a living canvas of green fire and liquid light. Step inside at that moment, and it feels as if you've been transported into a dreamland endless corridor of shimmering jade. It's no wonder people began calling it Hong Kong's own tunnel of love, echoing the famous one in Ukraine. Couples stroll hand in hand, their laughter echoing softly in the corridor. Photographers chase the perfect shot as beams of light cut through the arch and wrap lovers in halos. For a few brief minutes, when light and shadow align just right, the tunnel feels alive, gentle, romantic, eternal. But beauty, like all things, fades. As dusk falls and the sun retreats, the same reflective panels that once shimmered with life now bend and fracture the darkness. What was once a dreamscape turns into something colder, sharper and icy green labyrinth that seems to breathe unease. The tunnel swallows sound. Even footsteps feel muted, hollow, as if the walls themselves are listening. Locals warn each other in hushed tones. At night, you'll hear crying. There are voices, whispering, begging for help. They say a body was sealed inside. The cement and it never left. And so, when daylight dies, the romance dies with it. The emerald glow transforms into a steel coffin. The so-called tunnel of love becomes something else entirely, a tunnel of dread. The horror began on Saturday, December 11th, 1999. By then, the legend of the Green Tunnel was already whispered across Hong Kong, romance by day, dread by night. But no one could have imagined how, on that winter evening, myth would collide with grim reality at a bustling barbecue restaurant in Go Tau Kok. The Ho family gathered around the table. Flames licked at the grill, plates clattered, and glasses rang with every toast. The air was rich with roasted aromas, smoke curling upward, like incense for a celebration. Smiles and chatter filled the room, painting a perfect family scene. Yet, one chair remained painfully empty. That chair belonged to Ho Ching-hei, a 22-year-old watch repairman. Known for his quiet diligence, Ching-hei was the type who rarely disappointed anyone, especially his family. His absence didn't fit. It was a shadow in the middle of their joy. His girlfriend Ching-hei tried to shake off the unease gnawing at her. At first, she thought, maybe he's stuck at work, maybe he lost track of time. But as the minutes dragged on, worry overtook her. She pulled out her phone and dialed. Once, twice. Finally, someone picked up, but the voice on the other end was not his. Instead, a strange man spoke in a flat, unsettling tone. Ching-hei is busy. Fixing something. Just one vague sentence. But to her ears, it rang hollow. Wrong like words meant to mimic normalcy, yet stripped of warmth. Too cold, too unnatural. And in that moment, as if the shadows of the green tunnel had followed her, fear rooted itself deep inside her chest. Days passed. No word, no calls. His family filed a missing person report. Then, on December 14th, Chan remembered their shared bank account. When she checked the balance, her heart nearly stopped. 73,000 Hong Kong dollars, every last cent was gone. Security footage told the rest of the story. The person withdrawing the cash wasn't Ching-hei. It was a group of strangers, men and women, moving quickly, nervously. At that moment, the truth was undeniable. This wasn't a disappearance. It was a trap. Investigators uncovered the mastermind, Man-fai. Just 23 years old, he wasn't close to Ching-hei, just an acquaintance,
Oh.
but from the outside. He saw Ching-hei as everything he wasn't: confident, stable, successful with money and life. Jealousy and greed consumed him. Out of envy, he began to plot. On December 11th, Fai lured Ching-hei to an abandoned house in Taiking Lang village. The excuse? Can you fix a watch for my grandmother? But when Ching-hei walked through the door, he wasn't met with a broken watch. He was ambushed. Inside the house, he was tied up. The attackers demanded his bank pin. At first, he resisted, protecting his savings, refusing to give in. But blows followed, again and again. Hours blurred into torture. Eventually broken and in pain, he gave them the numbers. The group rushed to the bank, draining every dollar. But once the money was split, a new fear set in. What if he tells the police? What if we're caught? That fear turned deadly. Their decision was cruel and final. Silence him forever. Hours of torment ended with Ching-hei's last breath, his life stolen in the most brutal way. But their cruelty didn't stop there. His body was stuffed into a steel barrel 1.2 meters tall. It poured cement inside, sealing every trace. Then welded the lid shut. The barrel weighed nearly 200 kilograms, too heavy to move without drawing suspicion. When neighbors asked what they were carrying, panic spread among the killers. They shoved the barrel into a drainage ditch right at the entrance of the green tunnel. 12 days later, police found it. The smell was overwhelming. And when the barrel was opened, silence fell. Inside, Ching-hei's body lay cemented, unrecognizable. His father identified him only by his teeth and toes. The trial began in 2001. At first, the killers confessed. But then, they changed their story, claiming his death was an accident. After 34 hours of deliberation, the verdict stunned Hong Kong. Fai was convicted not of murder, but manslaughter. Just 16 years in prison. His accomplices? 3 years and 4 months. The courtroom erupted in tears and anger. The Ho family was devastated. How could torture, theft, and deliberate concealment be brushed aside as mere manslaughter? For many, it was not just a failure of justice. It was an open wound that would never heal. In 2017, after 16 years, Man-fai walked free. He changed his name, opened a restaurant, smiled at customers like nothing had ever happened. But the internet does not forget. When his past was exposed, people swarmed his restaurant with outrage. The restaurant of a killer. No dish can wash away the stench of blood. Fai insisted he was reformed. But his cold, indifferent face only fueled more anger. Could someone who once welded another man in cement ever truly change? By day, the green tunnel glows, drawing couples and cameras. By night, its shine turns ghostly, a chilling reminder of the young man sealed in cement. Behind beauty, darkness waits, and justice cannot erase the scars left behind.